Landon Jones, and this is my final about teacher salaries. What prompted me to write about this is that I've always been interested in being a teacher. That is probably what I'll be going to college to major and study in, but the low pay is preventing me from maybe wanting to pursue that as a career, because I will be... One of the things I want to do is I want to live comfortably and not have to worry about needing financial aid whenever I grow up and have a family of my own. Some other points I have is about teachers deserving more for what they do, and how some teachers have to work second jobs to be able to support their families. Some teachers that have affected me personally, that have inspired me to become better not only in the classroom but as a human being, are Mr. Farley, Senior Johnson, and Miss Rigdon. And I just feel like they all deserve to earn more for how they've impacted my life. Another reason is that Oklahoma is ranked 50th in education right now. And some more reasons is that teachers earn only roughly $60,000 annually, and I feel like that's just extremely low for what they do in our lives. And on top of that, they shape the future of the world directly. They have the most immediate contact with the students that will one day be in charge of the whole world. So the main statement that I have is that teachers deserve so much more than the dirt poor salary wages that they get, because their jobs are a critical part in shaping and forming society into what it is today. The teacher pay gap, which is teachers make less than the standard cost of living. Oklahoma's attempts to improve this matter, which is like pouring money into the education system, and teachers' opinions about this matter, and teacher impact and how they equip the future, are some of the points that I will be touching on today. The teacher pay gap, which teaching salaries have fallen behind compared to other jobs, which makes teachers have to rely on some form of second income. The rise in teacher salary is still falling behind the rise in inflation by 5.1% over the last 10 years. Teachers were so outraged by this that they had a teacher walkout to call attention to this. And while this was a good idea in theory, there were very little positive results from this. They still owe less than the average dollar of other professions, which is still going down since 1996. Oklahoma's attempts to improve this matter. Oklahoma recently dropped to 50th in the nation in the ranks of education. Some of the ways that they are helping improve this is by putting an allotment in for $25 million into the Board of Education, with the emphasis on improving Oklahoma teaching and education. The goal of this bill is to keep teachers in the classroom for longer, and this improves the annual raise that they get for each year. Teacher impact and equipping the future. Teachers have the most direct impact on the future of the world. They influence students directly and encourage them to pursue their dreams. Without them, students fail to succeed in not only life but their personal goals too. And the rise in pay for teachers can potentially lead to a 5 to 10% increase in student performance. As a student, and comparing my life to what it was without some of the teachers that have helped me, and with some of the teachers that have helped me, my grades have been higher in the classes that teachers have been more invested in me in. And this just goes for life in general. The more someone is going to be paid, the more effort they're going to put into their job, and the more effort they're going to put into their job, the more positive results are going to come out of that. And the same thing applies to teaching. The one thing that people can argue against raising teacher salaries is that the test scores aren't high enough to qualify them for a raise. But teachers can only do so much in giving kids the tools that they need to succeed. They can provide all the resources that they can to the kid, but if the kid doesn't accept it, then they cannot, like, that shouldn't reflect on the teacher's performance, if that makes sense. The conclusion is teachers are the most deserving of a raise out of any other profession, not just a boost year to year, but one that actually makes their job worthwhile. This will not only benefit them, but the kids they are teaching and mentoring, bringing joy and light to an otherwise low subject.